Hi, thank you for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about an extremely useful tool, and that tool is a pendulum. I thought I did a video on this before, but I can't find it on my channel, so here goes. Now, a pendulum or a pendy can be extremely elaborate or it can be really simple. And of course, it can be made out of anything. It can be made out of a string or a wire or something that allows a object to hang and swing freely. That's what you want. Now, I'll demonstrate with this one. Now, the reason why you want to use a pendulum as a tool is because it can assist you in finding answers or gaining clarity. It's good to use to work with divine source or to work with other ethereal beings. The one thing about the pendulum work that I find extremely useful is if you're in a situation where you need answers to something and you have no idea what the answer could be, then you can use a pendulum. For now, we'll discuss using it. When you go to use a pendulum, you want to have clear thoughts, definitive thoughts. You don't want to direct the pendulum because because you're holding it, the pendulum will react to your energies first, your energies and your thoughts first. It doesn't have to be a spoken word. So know that it's going to react quickly to your thoughts and your energy. And then it connects you to divine or other ethereal beings. So to do your work with that, you want to clear your mind of all thoughts except the question that you're seeking an answer to. Now, if you are using a pendulum and your pendulum won't swing, it will not swing at all. There's a bottleneck in your thoughts. I'll put it like that. Your thoughts are bottleneck. You have too many thoughts running up in your head, or you don't have a clear focus on your question or a handle on your thoughts. And a lot of times when that happens, the pendulum will make these weird jumping movements. This is a little exaggerated because I'm trying to make it do this so you can see it, but it'll have this really anxious movement. And I find that when people first use a pendulum, they're using it for the very first time, they're really afraid, kind of scared, kind of leery as to what will happen. They don't know what to expect. So it'll react like that. What you do is clear your mind. To clear your mind, you may need to just close your eyes and shut down all of the other visual interactions that you're having, because you have peripheral vision, you have regular focal vision, and you want to cut out all of that. Close your eyes and it'll help you center your thoughts. You'll shut out all outside activities and then try to shut out all outside sounds so that you're only focusing on what you need to ask. And if you need to, you can write the question down also. That tends to help. And if you're still unable, that means you're to get the pendulum to react. That means you're still a little tense and you're wound up a little bit too tight. To kind of solve that problem, do something silly. Just something stupid, just silly acting, like whimsical or kid-like. Close your eyes, shake your arms, shake your head, shake your body, shake. Throw your arms up and yay, jump up and down, rattle yourself, get your thoughts off of whatever it is they're on. It sounds a little out there, but it works. So once you get into that whimsical, carefree kind of mode, now you can go back and pick up the pendulum to get it to work. It doesn't take much to get it to move. So check out a video on programming, because you do need a basis of communication with it in order to get the information that you will need. Again, it's excellent for getting information from divine source when you have no idea what the answer would be. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. And also, when you hold the pendulum, there's a right and a wrong way to hold your pendulum. The pendulum, it needs to be able to move in 360 degrees in any direction, So look at the video on programming, because there's a couple of directions that I've listed in there that you don't normally hear about, or no one really tells you about, but you may find that they're quite helpful. So to hold the pendulum, you want to hold it with these 3 fingers. So you want the pendulum to stand and hang perpendicular to the earth. So you want it to look like it's a stick sticking out of the earth, plumb line, straight down into the earth. It needs to be perpendicular to the earth. Your arm, the hand in the arm that you're holding it with, needs to be parallel with the earth, like on a horizon line. The energy is going to run from your body through your arm and down into the pendulum. So you'll hold your arm perpendicular to the earth, and the pendulum will be parallel to the earth. And you want it out in front of you so that it's comfortable. Stand up so you can see it. You must be comfortable, because if you have to maintain this position for a length of time, then you're going to need to be comfortable. So usually I'll hold it like right in here. And you see this is perpendicular to the earth, and this is here. If you hold it in this manner, the swinging will get caught on your hand, and you don't want that to happen. So hold it like this, and it will allow you to, don't hold it here. See how my hand is twisted? Don't hold it here. Some people will hold it like this out in front. Don't hold it like this. Hold it straight up and down, so the energy is flowing out of your body, in through your arm, and down into the pendulum. And it is connecting with divine source here in order to give you the answers that you need. So your head is fueling it with the thought, which is the question that you need an answer to. And divine source is going to relay the information to you, through you, and into the object that you're holding as your pendulum. It works very well, especially if you're trying to locate an object inside or out. The pendulum will move into the direction that you need to go. So say, for instance, I was looking for something. A few years back, our well pump went out. We found out that the water line was low because there was a drought that year. So it had to be placed on top of the well itself. The well is underground, at least 30, I wouldn't even say feet. I don't know how many. It was quite a few yards down. I had no idea where it was. I thought I knew where it was, but I wasn't too sure, because I saw when they were actually digging it, but it had been some years, so I had forgotten. I took the pendulum and went out I went to where the well pump was. And then I started asking the pendulum to show me the direct line from that well pump, which was above ground, to the well itself, which was beneath the ground. The pendulum started leaning like this. It started leaning. It was so weird, but I followed it. It would lean and I would follow. And so then I would go in a different direction and it would go back. So I wanted to make sure that was the exact spot. So after I got to where it was directly over it, it just hung straight up and down, perpendicular. So what I did was I marked the spot, and then I went into another area and did it again. And each time you could feel a pull and a tug. Sometimes it's really gentle. You feel a pull or a tug in a certain direction, and you just follow it. Keep following it, following it. And you can just check it, because if you turn directions, it's almost like it stays. I turn and it kept pulling. And now that's a little exaggerated. It didn't pull that much, but it pulled like this. It was so, you could feel something tugging at it, pulling at it. So I just followed it until it was straight up and down. And when I moved in either direction, it kept going back to that spot. So no matter which direction I went in, it kept tugging back to that spot. So I knew that was the spot. And when the young man came, I told him that's where it's at. He said, "How do you know?" I said, "You don't want to know." He dug, and that's where it was at. So it can help you find information that you have no idea. You may have a generalized idea, you may not know. It's really great for locating items that you've lost or misplaced within the home. If you rely on it, it'll help you find the answers. All you need is to have an open mind. It's no, I think a lot of people have gotten these crazy ideas from movies. They make these horror movies and different things to make money. It tends to scare people and put fear in their minds, so that when it comes to some simple tool like this, they won't even try it, or they can't use it because they still have these thoughts locked in their heads. But give it a try and see how you like it. Okay? Thank you for joining me. Until next time.